Hi everyone, today we're going to be starting grouping and factorizing. What do I mean by grouping? I mean putting like terms together. What about the word factorizing? Making it smaller. The first example we have is 56xw plus 49xk to the second minus 24yw minus 21kyk to the second. Here I can change terms around. I can bring the negative 24 with the 56. I can take the 49 to the negative 21. I can do anything. So I'm going to bring these together because they have a w in common and the k to the second is common with the last term. So it's 56xw minus 24yw. But careful that you have to take the sign for every term with it. Plus 49xk to the second minus 21yk to the second. Now we can group every two terms together. Okay, what's common between 56 and 24? There is an 8 and the w is common. So my GCF is 8w. What about the GCF here? Between 49 and 21 there's a 7 and the k to the second power. So I bring down my 8w and I open my parentheses. 56xw divided by 8w is 7x. Bring down my minus sign. 24 divided by 8 is 3. yw divided by w is y. I bring down my plus sign. The common is 7k to the second. Open my parentheses. 49xk to the second divided by 7k to the second is 7x. Bring down your minus sign. 21 divided by 7 is 3. And there's a y and the k goes away. These two common parentheses, I bring them down as 1. And I rewrite what's left from left to right. What is left is my 8w in another parenthesis plus my 7k to the second. I have factorized my total expression. Our second example is 21xy plus 15x plus 35ry plus 25r. You do not have to change your terms around every time. Let's try it without changing them. Let's look at what's common between 21 and 15. There's a 3 and the x is common. So my GCF is 3x. Again, what is common between 35 and 25? It's a 5 and the r is common. I bring down my 3x and I open my parentheses. 21xy divided by 3x is 7y plus 15x divided by 3x is 5. I bring down my plus sign. Again, 5r, I bring it to the outside. 35ry divided by 5r is 7y plus 25r divided by 5r is 5. These two parentheses should always be alike. If they're not, it's either I need to change my sign or there's something wrong with what I've done. This I bring down as an answer and I bring what's left from left to right. I have the 3x in another parenthesis, the plus sign, and the 5r. The third example, I'm going to change and move my terms around. I'm going to bring the 4m with the 7 and I'm going to take the 28 to the 16. I'm going to rewrite it plus 28n minus 4m to the second minus 7m. Let's look at our GCF. 16 and 28, my GCF is 4 and the n is common. My GCF for these two terms is again the m only. 4 and 7, there's nothing in common. Always between the sign between the two terms at the beginning and the two terms at the end, I leave it, I don't touch it. I bring down my 4n and I open my parentheses. 16 divided by 4 is 4. The n goes away. What's left is the m. Bring down my plus sign. 28 divided by 4 is a 7. The n goes away. I bring down my negative sign, and the m, which is my GCF, open parenthesis, 4m to the second, negative 4m to the second, divide by negative m is 4m. Negative 7m divided by negative n, m is a plus 7. Are they similar? Yes. I bring them down as 1, and I go back to left to right. What is my first term that I have? 4n minus m, and this is my factorized answer. Do I have any GCF in my parentheses? No. So I go on to my fourth example. I'm not going to move the terms around. I'm going to start off. What's common? My GCF is 4 and the b is common. My GCF is the 5 and the x is common. And I bring them down. My 4b, parenthesis, 12bc divided by 4b is 3c, minus 4bd divided by 4b is negative d. Bring down my negative sign. 5x, I bring it over here. Negative 15xc divided by negative 5x is actually 3c. Plus 5 divided by negative 5 is a negative 1. The x goes away. What's left is my d. They are similar again, my parentheses. I bring them down, and I go and I start off from left to right. What's left? 4b minus 5x, and that's my final answer. Do I have any GCF here? None. Do I have any GCF here? None. And that's my final answer. The fifth example we have, I'm going to replace and move around my terms. I'm going to get the negative x over here. I'm going to take the plus 6 over here. So it's 4x. I always have to rewrite it down. Minus x plus 6 minus 24y. Where's my GCF here? It's simply an x. My GCF here is simply a 6. Bring it down, open my parentheses. 4xy divided by x is 4y minus x divided by x is a 1 plus 6 outside. 6 divided by 6 is a 1 minus 24 divided by 6 is a 3y. Let's look at these two parentheses. Sorry, this is a 4y. Okay? This is 4y minus 1. This is 1 minus 4y. So the 4y is negative, it's positive here. And here it's the 1 is negative and it's positive here. What do I do? Here is where I have the change of signs. I multiply this with a negative, and I multiply only this parenthesis with a negative. Plus 6 multiplied with a negative becomes a negative 6. Open my parenthesis. 1 divided by a negative 1 is a negative 1. Negative 4y divided by a negative 1 is a plus 4y. And I bring down 4y minus 1 and I put my x over there. Now, are they similar? Plus 4y, negative 1, negative 1. I don't care how they're written. You can write it down in different order as long as they have the correct signs. Yes, this is my parenthesis that's common. Bring it down. What's left from left to right? It's my x minus 6. And this is my final answer for number 5. Our last example is by minus bx plus 3ax minus 3ay. I'm not going to move the terms around. What's common between both of these? It's the GCF of b. What's common between these is the GCF of 3. Now I have to do a change of sign. When I do a change of sign, I have to do two changes of sign. One for a parenthesis times a negative, and one for the sign outside my parenthesis times a negative. Plus 3a times a negative is a negative 3a. Open my parenthesis. Plus x times a negative is a negative x. Negative y times a negative is a plus y. And I bring down the first part of the expression, y minus x. Now I look at my parenthesis, plus y minus x. Yes, they're similar. And I bring down what's left. B in my second parenthesis minus 3a. Whichever way you guys do the expression, if you twist and turn the terms around or you don't, you should always get the same answers. No way you get different answers. Keep that always in mind, whichever way you do it, if you've done it correctly. Okay?